Alright, welcome back to the SuperCoach Enough channel. In this video we're going to review round 7 and preview round 8 of SuperCoach BBL for the 23-24 season. And finally we're back. A couple of rough weeks for us, but we've come good with a 12.38 this week, which is good enough for the top 1,000 overall, 755, and has almost halved our season rank, so we're back inside the top 2,000, which I guess given the massive fall from grace recently is much appreciated. So if we have a look at the team and how they went, and we got 3 wins out of 3, fantastic, thanks Colonel. So Quinton de Kock was just our loophole. We always had Inglis as our playing wicketkeeper, and he scored 119, so great return from him. Matt Short with the 66 was good as he always is, averaging 100 for the year, which is insane. Maxwell, 65, awesome. Aaron Hardy's a little bit disappointing. He's sort of not bowling at the moment, or didn't bowl much the last couple of games anyway. They've gone with, I guess, Ashton Agar's back in the team, so they're looking at an extra bowler, I suppose, but yeah, it sort of impacts his score a little bit. Ben McDermott had an awesome second game, I believe. We got 141. And Cooper Connolly, nice return from him with 119. We didn't need Darcy Short and his 28 or Phillip his 9. The bowlers, so we VC'd Paul Walter, and it was sort of a middling type score, 77 I think it was after the first game. So we decided to sort of take it, and that turned out really good because Behrendorff actually missed the first game. I think just rest and rotation. Was hoping he'd rest the second game too, because we could have got Overton's 3-digit score as well, which would have been amazing, but wasn't to be. So we got Behrendorff with a 50. Chris Jordan was insane with 179, so he would have been the prime captaincy choice, but went elsewhere. Jai Richardson with a 48. He was a bit flat. I watched the game last night against the Heat. Yeah, so his price has dipped massively. Spencer Johnson was awesome with 141. He bowled really well last night too. As I said, I would have loved Overton's 123, and Sanger with 44 is fine also. So this week I'm pretty sure it's everyone just plays one game. There's not too much to think about. But I guess if we look ahead to the final round, the Thunder do have a double, so the Thunder still have 3 games to go. The Heat only have 1. You'll notice they blank in the final round. So we've only got Walter and Johnson from the Heat, so we can, navigate that pretty well. And I think other than that, we've got most bases covered. I'm not sure if Quinton de Kock's playing in that tournament with the rest of the overseas players in the UAE, so it might be one to keep an eye out on. But I guess it's just about getting ourselves in position, and I think with that we're going to spend a lot of time looking at break even. So I'm tipping, Richardson's isn't actually that high, but it's just because he's priced so low. Yeah, so I guess, like Johnson's got a negative break even, we can hold him. Walter's only got 49, so it might be time to cash in on him at 200k. Maybe no, Hardy we might hang on to. So let's see what money have we got sitting on the bench. So I think we'll be using Overton's money. So Perth playing over an Optus, that sort of gives me hope for these boys. So which way do we go? I reckon we will. I think the sort of smart move is Walter to Sam's, given that Sam's has got 3 games left this season. So we'll lock that one in. It gives us a bit more flexibility next week. We're not sort of locking in a trade for next week. After that, let's have a look at the break even, see who the money makers are. Ashton Agar, yeah, so he was one I was tossing up, bringing in, and he's only gone up 23,000. That's insane. We've got to get him in for someone. Nessa was awesome with the bat last night, but only one game left, so probably not worth bringing him in. Fergus O'Neill, not sure what his deal is, but if he is playing, pretty good value. Um, Majib, was he going to the UAE contest? Chowdhury, he's been awesome too. Like, obviously, didn't get him at bottom dollar, but he could still make money over the next couple of weeks. So maybe we look at him. And the great thing about these guys is we can trade out anyone we want. So, um, or just about anyone. Yeah, looking at the money, it'll be close to anyone we want. It's just a decision of who's. Maybe Darcy Short's done his job for us. You know, as good as he has been at the top of the order. Um, maybe Cooper Connolly as well. We can just squeeze that in. Um, yeah, so pretty happy with the bowlers. Yeah, you know, it's one of those ones. It's pick your poison, I guess. Probably couldn't afford Philippi and Connolly, so I think Short's definitely on the chopping block. Maybe we'll go with that anyway. So, and then this week we go with Inglis, obviously, over to Cock. Um, and then it's just how do we want to juggle all of our assets here. So, I think as good as Chowdhury was, we'll probably go with Agar over him. Um, yeah, yeah. So Hobart at home. Philippi against the Thunder is a decent matchup too. So can we find a spot for him? Hmm, don't know. It's a tricky one. I think we're pretty close to the team here. I guess then the other thing is the VC loophole because if everyone's playing, then we can't activate that so much. Oh, we might undo the changes here. We might. Yeah, Chowdhury, Agar. Time to know which one to get rid of. Actually, cancel that. We'll have a look at the draws a bit closer. So Hobart have Adelaide at home and the Stars away, whereas Perth are at home for both games against the Heat and the Sixers though. Um, so tough for matchups perhaps. No, I think Agar is our guy. So Chowdhury. Oh, hang on. We need someone playing late in the round. So it looks like Melbourne. The Melbourne crew is where it's at. So if I scroll at the bottom, oh, it doesn't look like there is any bottom dollar. Oh, maybe if we go to bowlers, might help. The keel's a bit expensive for enough. Yeah, not a lot of cheapy options on the table. What about someone like a Hugo Burden? When does the Heat play? Yeah, they play in the third game, so there's probably enough time to have a look at that. Alright, done. So we're going to update the Chowdhury trade to Hugo Burden. But I guess does that then change the Agar trade? So someone we want to bring in for 200k. Uh, yeah, nothing too exciting there. Yeah, we'll probably bring in the likes of Hales next game week. Um, what about bowlers, I suppose? But Sam's Nessa. If the Heat had more games, it'd probably be Nessa. But then again, we wouldn't have traded out Walter. Chris Green, we can probably do next week. Um, yeah, nothing really jumps out. It says pick me. No, no, I think pretty happy with that. Hang on, what's happened here? Cancel. Cool. So there's our little loophole option. So then what we can do is we'll VC Matt Short. I think is the obvious candidate playing against Hobart in the first game. Who we actually captain is a bit trickier. You know, do we back in Maxi in the Melbourne? I guess the Renegades haven't been fantastic this season, so maybe we will just lock him in as the captain. Yep. So yeah, I mean that's the team could fiddle around with the all rounders potentially, but doesn't particularly matter. So can't get. Can I be the team in the picture? There we go. So there's the team as it'll sit for this game week. We'll have a look at last week's or last round's results. So a big win in the end over Dave's Darlings. So it looks like a big win over the rest of the league. Just looking at that, so we'll take that. So Dave had Chowdhury, Paul Walter, Captain Morris. That's a bit disappointing. Had Laurie Evans who went well. McDermott, Inglis. Yeah. So Feel of Thunder getting a little win over the Sloggers. Oh, looks like I've got Matt this week. Fantastic. So Nathan Ellis, VC, well done. Nice moves there. I had Hardy as the captain, so it didn't work out. Would have been a handy one to VC on. Emergency on Chowdhury is nice for had Swepson, who's a bit flat. Then again, didn't get much of a chance to bowl, I suppose. Actually, he bowled a few last night, didn't he? 3 overs. Don't know, maybe just a bit expensive. Had McDermott on the bench as well, so left a few points on the table there, Matt. But got the win, so that's all that matters. Uh, Kick ass, beating the Cane Transfer first versus eighth sort of makes sense. And Professor S getting the win over and bring it on. So Professor S had Chowdhury, Spencer Johnson, nice. Walter as captain, Lando, good call. Didn't leave Walter, went Hardy. So there we go. Yeah, so if you have a look at the games this week, so pretty sure it's the semi-finals. So if we go to leagues, probably will show this a bit better. Finals week 1. So yeah, so I've got playing against Matt and then Jim and Ross in the other half. It's just a straight knockout, nice and simple. Um, so actually, I should have a bit of a closer look at Matt's team since I'm playing him this week in the final. I'll have a look at the head-to-head scores. It'll be on there. So is there anyone here I should be nervous about him having? So Short, Meredith, and Ellis. Okay. Walter, I've traded out. Kerneman, I've brought in Agar. So he's got Sam's. I've covered that. Yeah. So not maybe Will Sutherland could go off, but the way the Renegades are going, don't know if you even play him. So pretty happy with my team. I think we'll see how we go. All right, but yeah, we'll wrap the video up there. So as always, if you've got any thoughts or comments, feel free to throw them down below this video. If you're enjoying the BBL content, remember to give the video a like, subscribe for all the fancy content, and other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.